Hello friends, this is a continuation of my last video. Despite the bad weather and dangerous driving condition and losing connection with our friends, we still decided to move ahead and right now we are entering the giant sequoia forest. Do you notice the black scars on the tree trunks on both sides of the road? They have been caused by the forest fires of 2021. And the forest fires are the natural process that shapes the forest ecosystem. But surprisingly, the giant and the biggest trees are not affected too much by the forest fire because they have very thick insulating bark. So unless the flame is like really hot, those trees do not die. We are parked at the parking lot, but our friends haven't arrived and we do not have phone signal to connect to them. So we are trying the satellite connection, but even they also have to connect to the satellite by pointing their phones to the open sky in the right direction. Otherwise, our messages won't reach them. So in this
So this,
situation, we decided to move ahead to the Sherman
sit.
Tree Trail.
Who else want to sit with me here?
It's wet.
No, okay, this is
wet.
wet
I don't want
actually,
to
so we
sit
cannot
there.
sit.
Oh no,
Oh,
you beheaded the
what?
snowman!
Did you just decapitate a snowman?
The trail to the Sherman Tree is a fairly easy hike. It's just half a mile from the parking lot. So up and down it will be about 1 mile of walk for us. On the way, Shohan found a lot of snow and started building a snowman. This is how you have to like smoothen it up, okay? So I'm just using this like a sandpaper or something.
It's a snowman, not a statue.
Yeah, but
They only use sculpture.
having been done with the snowman, we started walking on our path again, and here we are at the base of a twin giant sequoia trees. There are lots of giant sequoia trees in this forest, and each of these trees are perhaps more than 1,000 years old or 2,000 years old. At first, I had mistaken this tree for the giant sequoia, that is a General Sherman tree. So I did my photo shoot here, and later I realized this is not the tree we came here to visit. Just look at the base of the tree. Like the cross section of the base of the tree is probably bigger than the wall of my house.
What are you doing? Wait, wait, don't do
Why not?
that. Because
Once again, it started raining a bit heavily, and we are yet to find out the trail that takes us to the General Sherman tree. And looks like this time we are on the right trail.
we're here in Sequoia, in the natural habitat of redwoods and sequoia trees. This is General Sherman, the biggest tree in the world. We're in a long queue to take a picture with General Sherman, the biggest tree in the world.
The norm here is the person who stands behind you in the queue is supposed to take your pictures. So we took somebody else's picture, and somebody else who was standing right behind us in the queue took our pictures. From what I understand, General Sherman is not the tallest tree in the world. It is the biggest tree in the world in terms of the volume of the tree. It is 275 feet tall, which means it's almost the size of a 28-floor building, and the age of the tree is more than 2,200 years old. And another interesting fact about the tree is that the top of the tree is dead. So it's not growing taller anymore, but it is expanding in the base or in the cross section every year. So which means it's getting fatter and fatter every year. Now look at the snow. It started snowing. We are at the parking lot right now. And this is the reason why I find California so beautiful. California has this beautiful Pacific on the west and the Sierra Nevada mountain ranges on the east, and we get to see the snowfall. There are problems too. We have homelessness problems, we have insanely high taxes, and then we have wildfires, earthquakes, extremely high housing prices, and yet California is so pretty. Here is my acorn collection, and if I plant them in my yard,
You give me $5
I'm
from
going
your
to get a
chip stack.
giant sequoia tree.
One-
15 in my
But the
bank
roots
$1
of that will
from your
uproot
chip
the
stack
foundation of
means
the house.
I smashed this
So I
over
have
my
to
head.
just keep it as a collection. At this time, our friends are here as well, and we had a plan to have lunch inside the park somewhere in a restaurant. But unfortunately, the restaurants are closed due to bad weather or for whatever reason. So we started back towards the Airbnb. It's going to take an hour to drive back, and by the time we reach there, it's going to be 5 o'clock. Once back home, Abhijit had started slicing the chicken.
পয়সা দিয়ে কে গ্রাউন্ড চিকেন কিনবে বলো? হাতে আপনার হাত জগন্নাথ।
I came outdoors because there are too many cooks in the kitchen. And just take a look at the distant mountain ranges and the sky above it. The sky over there is overcast with rain bearing clouds. And that is the Sequoia Park. And that is where it rained when we went. This is our Airbnb at Three Rivers. Here the weather is pretty good. The sky is pretty clear. I came back to the kitchen and cooked some rice. Midul has already cooked some chicken. That's going to be our lunch. Chicken, rice and dal.
হর্ন বাজালাম, লাইটে বলছি দেখো নি
না হর্ন বাজালে তো আরে আপনাদের দাদা তো দিচ্ছে না একজন ওই যে পার্ক রেঞ্জার সে বলছে এখানে
না
পার্ক
এই ইন্ডিকেটর দেখাচ্ছিল এটা আমি টার্ন করে এখান থেকে নিউ ইন্ডিয়া বাজার থেকে বাজারটা কম
আমি বারবিকিউর জন্য গোটা রসুন এনেছি।
ওটা কোথায় ফ্রিজে
The sun is about to set. And how strange it is. Look at the sky right now above the mountains. It is completely clear. And probably if we visit Sequoia Park at this time, we won't be facing all those rains and snowstorms. This reminds me that nature can be quite moody. It was clear in the morning, then it started raining and snowing, and now it is back to clear and sunny again at the same spot, right?
এই তো চিকেন খাচ্ছি চিকেন আর ডাল
তোমার
অভিজিতের
1 মিলিয়ন
বানানো
ভিউয়ার হলে সম্রাটকে দিও কমিশন দিও
নুন কম
আর ডালটা একটু নুন কম আছে।
কাজ করছে তাই না
ডালে নুন কম হচ্ছে আর চিকেনে নুন বেশি হয়েছে
ডালে নুন হয়
ডালে নুন কম চিকেনে নুন বেশি আমি সেটা ডাল আর চিকেন একসাথে ইয়ে করে দিই।
For dinner, the plan is to have barbecue. So Deepak is marinating those mutton chops. But there was a problem. The barbecue machine was not working, so we called the host and he sent a cleaner. But unfortunately, even after cleaning the machine, it wasn't working really efficiently. So we had to be satisfied with whatever we could get done so far. So basically, our lunch and dinner wasn't that great, like as we expected. And there was also a really short gap between lunch and dinner. So this was prepared at 9 o'clock. So between 6 to 9, it's 3 hours, and most of us weren't even hungry. Like I just skipped my dinner that night. And that is Deepak's plate. He loves mutton chops. And after dinner, we watched a Hindi movie called La Pata Ladies, which is a very nice movie. And it was even nicer to watch it with our friends. Now we are playing a late night poker game. It's called Texas Hold'em. And Shamrat is known as the poker king because when he is there at the poker table, he is the one winning most of the chips. I'm going to join my friends in this game, so I'm going to conclude my video here. And I'll meet you in my next video very soon. Till then, take care, goodbye, and thank you so much for watching.